up and sit down.
This is Generation Gaming, the video game news outlet made for the gamers by the gamers. Now, from Generation Studios, this is Mind of Psycho. Here is your host, the original Generation Gamer and the co-host of the Generation Gaming podcast, Psykosis.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your host, Psykosis, and welcome to Mind of Psycho. Here, we're going to delve into my mind and freak you guys all out.
Sorry.
Yeah, today I am joined by the co-host of the Generation Gaming podcast and the host of Jay Lewis's 2 Cents, Jay Lewis. What's going on?
I'm doing good, man. I'm glad to be on here. It's cool. It's the second time to be on here. I know you usually don't have guests. It's like technically it's your second guest, but your third show you're having a guest on. But for you, I know usually you're a solo show to the fullest. I have a lot more guests than I probably should. But yeah, man, I'm glad to be on here. It's cool, man. I'm excited for the show.
To me, like, whether I have a guest or whether I'm doing it by myself,
right.
I mean, it's always a good show. Sometimes, it's actually kind of nice to let someone else, to delve into someone else's mind besides just my own, to kind of see what they also have to think about, the things that I have, that I look at in the game.
It's good to bounce stuff off other people. Like you said, I like doing my show solo, obviously, but when you have somebody else there to bounce stuff off of, it makes the show obviously way more interesting.
Yeah. So today we've got a decent little show for you guys. The first thing I want to talk about is the craptastic bullshit that is Call of Duty World War II.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm already bashing this game before it even comes out.
Anyway.
First of all, I have to say I am sorry to everyone, and I mean everyone, who wasted their time, money, and everything watching that piece of shit release party crap.
Yeah, I kind of had to agree with you on that one.
Okay, like, I'm sorry, it was a waste of my time.
Yeah.
It really was. It was a waste of my time. Like, myself and Jay Lewis, we watched it.
Yeah, together.
We were originally supposed to put out a podcast for it, and it was so little talked about and shown that
there's no
we
content.
Attempted to try and put a podcast on, and it failed horribly.
Yeah.
It failed.
We were trying to record it on Twitch, and it was just like karma, or just like showing us, the light when we realized, okay, it wasn't even recording halfway through. We realized it's not even recording right. So I was like, you know what? Just forget it.
But, so my question to you, sir, and like, you can obviously tell by the way I, just even promote this.
Yes.
Like, how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the release and trailer and, the conference that they, did for World War II?
First off, yeah, I will agree. I did think that was a waste of time. I think it was unnecessary. One reason they did it, and many people need to remember this is Activision. They have a lot of money backing them. And that's the only reason why they did it, because you can attest, I know you can agree with this, not many developers are going to go out and do this separately from an E3 or a conference in general. It wasn't necessary. If they had showed us more stuff, I would have been cool with that. But the trailer, I loved the trailer. That was cool. Great. But the fact that we sat there and had to get interviews with the voiceover actors, and then we got a literal, I think not even 5-second multiplayer reveal, if you want to call it that. You have, a bunch of, PvPs jumping around on the beach with gamer tags over the names, and then it cut. I was like, really? And then
You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Us playing Modern Warfare 3, and the screenshot that we took of poo.
Wow, yeah. Jesus Christ, man.
We all jumped, had our guns in the
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying.
That's not what I want to see in a reveal, you know?
No, it isn't. But what you're saying, and I know they showed us the picture of zombies. I'm not surprised by that. I know I'd stated before on previous shows that video or audio or whatever that I didn't want to see it. I really just thought it felt zombies needs a break, and I still feel that. Oh, I'm glad it's a new story and it's not obviously they're not going to go off what Treyarch does, but I don't know. I do like there's a couple good things. And I didn't mention this. I meant to mention this on Jailer's 2 cents audio, but it's fine. I wanted to say this, and I know you did. They're taking away the health regeneration in multiplayer. That I do really love that a lot. And I know you even said you like that.
The Battlefield route.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, more realism, And maybe there's no hardcore mode or more. We have that argument of, hardcore is just I could shoot you in the pinky toe, you're dead. Which, or, bullet sponging in the regular mode, which I always felt. But
idea for Generation Rivals. Okay.
That could be Jesus.
Let's touch on this briefly. Okay, like we've made this statement millions of times.
Right.
Jay Lewis and Oh No Sauce, they play hardcore.
Right.
They don't. I mean, like, I don't hate them for that.
Right.
Okay. Me personally, I do not like hardcore. Okay. I do not like it, and the reason I do not like it is because of the fact that to me it's easy mode. Now, the reason I say that is because any scrub can go in there, you know what I mean, and, like, dominate or, like, be good.
Yeah, I understand that.
I mean, now, the opposite to that and whatnot, like, I'll play it, if I play it with you guys and whatnot, or occasionally if I play it with certain other people who play it, okay, fine, I deal with it.
Right.
But at the same time, I play SWAT and Halo. Now,
I actually enjoyed that.
Is that the same? I mean, like technically, isn't that the same thing?
And more or less.
Psykosis?
But I feel like you gotta put a little more bullet into it, like than Call of Duty.
I can unload 24 bullets into your body, and you will not die.
Yeah, Halo
like,
multiplayer always annoyed me.
You will eventually, you know what I mean? But like, I could unload a whole clip into your body, and you're not going to die.
Sorry, question: is that Halo Reach or Halo ODST?
Reach, Halo 3, Halo 2, Halo 5, all the main Halos have it.
That's the only reason I ever played. I only could ever like playing. I mean, I played the other modes, like whatever it was, but that's why I didn't like Halo so much multiplayer, because I'm like, dude, I got to shoot your shield, then I got to kill you and try to kill you before your shield comes back. Like it's like I don't know.
Yeah, and SWAT, there's only 2 ways to kill a person.
Right.
I mean, like technically there's 3. I mean, there's no first of all, there's no grenades.
Right.
Okay, so you don't have that whole I'm gonna totally chuck a grenade out in the middle of nowhere and just kill someone, like they do in hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty much you either have a pistol, a DMR, or a battle rifle.
Right.
Okay. Those are your main 3 weapons, and then it's like pretty much headshots only, and melee kills.
Okay.
That's it.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
And like I said, I mean, like, yeah, I can like shoot you in the body enough times, but it's going to take a lot more body. It's like playing, regular modes at times. If I want to shoot you in the body, I have to shoot you a bunch of times before, like, I kill you. Yeah, I can shoot you once and drop your shield down.
Right.
But, like, you're not going to necessarily die. You're going to absorb a lot of that before you get killed, even with no shields. It's like, you got to go for the head or you got to melee.
Right.
So, I mean, like, to me, it takes a little more skill to do that than it does, and, because I've seen it, I mean, like, you and I played matches where, like, you look at a kill cam at the end of the game, and it's like, some kid was just dicking around doing a 360 no scope off of a building,
and
caught you with a lucky ricochet bullet.
No, I know what you're saying.
Killed you.
I do. I understand that. And I appreciate that. One thing I'm sorry, but about Call of Duty and the new World War II is what I am. I am liking the news I'm hearing about it. I like the things, and I think it's going to be a good game. I really do. I think it's going to bring the genre. I mean, the series back to where it was. Yeah, the boots on the ground. The other thing is the campaign.
And I like that.
Yeah, I do. The campaign is going to be something I'm also going to be interested in, because recently I read they're going to be they're not going to hold back. And those of you know, World War II history was it was a really horrible time in our history of human beings, because of the concentration camps, the racism in the whole world itself, and that's coming from the United States as well. So what I read was they're not going to hold back on the race. They're going to be, I think, African American characters in the game, and they're not going to hold back on how U.S. was very racist towards, towards black soldiers. They didn't fight until they needed them, kind of shit like that. And that's been, and they're going to show that, and I think that's very good. I think they should show that, to show you the history, of that. And you could. obviously, as an African American, you, Psykosis, probably will be more a sensitive subject to you. Do you think that's something they should cut out, or do you think that's something they should definitely put that in there?
To me, okay.
I know it's a story part.
To me, it's 50-50. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I feel like they should show it. At the same time, no, I feel like they shouldn't show it. But at the same time, like, I can't actually believe I'm going to say this, but, like, legitimately, a lot of times when it comes to things, especially if you're trying to be historically accurate, don't whitewash the shit.
No, you're right. It shouldn't.
Just go ahead and do what you got to do, and then take repercussions for it later.
That's what they're doing. Yeah, it seems that way.
My main thing is, okay, since the dawn of time, you know, like, since video games became a big thing, there's always been situations where it's like, oh, well, you know, video games are too violent. Video games show this. Video games show that. Okay, that's fine and all, but at the same time, like, a lot of people, you know, when you look at, like, war games and stuff like some of the Battlefield games and some of the other games and whatnot, you know, people always say, well, that's not historically accurate. And, you know, like, when you have some of those games that are a little more historically accurate, they're still saying the same thing. Well, this isn't exactly how this happened. I mean, you have to take the good with the bad, a little bit of fantasy, and you got to try to, like, too many companies try to please too many people. Now, I understand the fact that, you know what I mean, like, you don't want to piss everybody off, but at the same time, you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Right.
I mean, like, the video games aren't always where, you know, I mean, you're going to find historically accurate things, but, you know, when you do, it's got to be done right. You can't just, like, tack something on it and just, like, assume that it's going to work. You know what I mean? Like, they're putting a lot of time and a lot of effort in this, and granted, even though I've been bashing it, you know what I mean, like, since, you know, we found out the reveal and whatnot, I'm still kind of excited about this. I mean, like, I was not excited at all when it came to Infinite Warfare. At all. Because I felt like, oh, I'm getting a game to compete with Titanfall 2. You know what I mean? Like, how I felt like Advanced Warfare was just a Titanfall ripoff and all this other stuff. Now, yes, that's a whole other topic for another situation, but like, Call of Duty, you know what I mean, has never really worried too much about, like, historical accuracy. I mean, they played around with it, and I don't blame them for doing that. You know what I mean? Because to some people, it is a sensitive subject. And I remember playing, like, Conflict Desert Storm and, like, what was it, Viet Cong, and there was a couple other games, too, where it was the same thing, where it's like, okay, you see these games, and, like, they're trying to be historically accurate, but, like, they're not trying to be historically accurate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be like if they made a game about Pearl Harbor. Are they going to show everything that happened in Pearl Harbor? Probably not. They're going to probably, like, whitewash a little bit of that stuff, and then, you know, to support all the markets, you know what I mean? We're not just going to be like, hey, screw Japan and everyone else, you know, Asia and whoever else, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it seems like the campaign, and I'm not sure, the game is supposed to start the campaign, which, by the way, is going to have co-op, which I really love. I always love that in the campaign of Call of Duties. They always done that well. It's supposed to start on D-Day in Normandy. They didn't mention anything about, you know, the Japanese side of it. It's supposed to be straight German. Because, think about it. You got that in World at War. You fought the Germans. You got to play as the Russians. You didn't play as the Americans. You only played as the Americans against the... oh, no, you did. I'm sorry. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I apologize. Yes, you did. But you did fight the Japanese. They didn't really show that if you're going to do that in World War II. I imagine you would, just because the title is pretty... That's pretty... the amount of countries that were in World War II...
It's vague.
Probably, maybe they will. They just haven't shown it yet. But I'm pretty excited for it. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to bring it back. You know, it's and the multiplayer especially. I'm kind of definitely hyped for that. To be frankly honest.
To be honest, like I'm still on the fence about this game. Probably more data gets released about it, so I might kind of side towards it a little bit more.
For those you don't know, Psykosis has always been. He's very critical of Call of Duty, and I understand that. And I'm kind of the same way. Only reason I'm getting excited about this mainly is because of the history aspect. And I feel like they are going to bring it back the way it should be. But he's got a good justification why. The last three have been just disappointing. It really has been. And we've been, like, wanting something where I'm not playing Titanfall. Because, like you said, we can go play that if we want to. I'm tired of the jumping shit. It really is getting on my nerves. The space thing.
I don't mind, the jumping.
Yeah, but it's getting old for Call of Duty.
The suit. Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the reasons why I'm glad the Battlefield never dabbled into that. You know what I mean? Like, if, I feel like shooter franchises, they're all starting to become the same. And that's not what we want. I like diversity. I mean, that was one of the reasons why, Call of Duty and Battlefield had this big war going on for years. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Battlefield 3, great game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 and 2. I mean, great game. Battlefield 4, great game.
Right.
I mean, Modern Warfare 3, you know what I'm saying? Notice how I'm saying Modern Warfare games, but still, you know what I mean? Like, at the same time, I'm not going to forget the other games. Black Ops 2, Black Ops, you know what I mean? Like, World at War, you know what I mean? Those games were good too. You know what I mean? Because of the fact that they didn't dabble in too much bullshit.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I'm just realizing how when I meant the Health Regen, I apologize. I'm totally listening to what you're saying. The Health Regeneration system, the multiplayer, this system has not the ditching the health regeneration. We haven't seen this since Call of Duty 2. No, I'm sorry, I get the stupid ad when I load the page. Call of Duty 2, and it also says, Sledgehammer says, certain members of your squad have certain attributes that can help you. I immediately think of Battlefield and Battlefield 1. Or the squad-based games like that. But
see, this is one of the things I like. If you're going to do this, do it right. If you're going to give us, class-based systems where, you know what I mean, we have these things,
right.
Do it right. I'm not sitting here and saying, Jack's Battlefield for its systems and stuff like that.
No.
Or, other
being
games.
realistic.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, do what needs to be done. Okay, if, and I hate to compare this to Battlefield again, but Battlefield gets it right. Okay, if I'm a medic, okay, my whole purpose and whatnot is making sure my teammates are, are stocked with health, you know what I mean, and reviving people.
See, it's funny you say that, and I know you and I are I think such gamers that when we play games, when we do that, we actually literally try to realize what you're doing. If you're picking a class-based game like that, that's what you're doing. I guarantee you 10 out of 10 times, people will pick that class, and they're just going to start running and gunning and killing shit, not even thinking about helping their teammates at all, because they don't think about that. They're just trying to kill, which is fine. That's the point. But if you're going to pick that class, pick another class then. Don't pick the class that, you're going to help. But you know what I mean? You know how many times that happens and people don't realize what they actually are using or what they have? They probably don't even use half the systems like the mortar classes or the other stuff. They probably don't even bother using that,
And see, okay, think about how Modern Warfare 3 was.
Yeah.
Okay, Modern Warfare 3 wasn't necessarily class-based and whatnot.
No.
But at the same time, your loadouts and stuff depended on how your character, did things.
Yeah.
If you picked, Lone Wolf, okay, pretty much it was all about being a solo player.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and the whole purpose of that was, getting your kill streaks up, not necessarily kill streaks, but getting kills, and every certain amount of kills that you got gave you perks, and then it was pretty much about maxing out your perks and whatnot, and trying to do whatever you could to get that 25 straight kills to call out a Moab.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you ran support, it was pretty much about giving you kill streaks that had to do with helping out your team.
Yeah.
UAVs and UAVs, body armor, radar jammers, and sat up links and stuff, to get better, positioning on your opponents and stuff. And if you decided to run assault, pretty much it was basically, okay, you can run and gun if you want to, or you can kind of be the the balanced character where you kind of helping out your teammates. And that's how your kill streaks were set up.
Right.
You had kill streaks that could either support, help support your teammates, or pretty much just allow you to go on the offensive.
Right.
Now, see, if the next Call of Duty had something like that, but integrated a little bit better, and again, like Battlefield does, where, okay, if I'm playing support class, make sure I'm all about helping the team. You know what I mean? And if I don't want to help the team, I shouldn't pick that class.
Right.
Okay? If I want to be a medic, I should be focusing on healing, yes, I obviously, I might need kills and stuff, but I should be focused on keeping my team alive.
Definitely. No, I know exactly what you're saying. This is a good episode of Mind Psycho when we've gone 19 minutes into something he wanted to talk about for a few minutes, and it's not even the main topic yet. No, I'm not bashing. That's good. I totally agree, man. This is I'm excited for it. In the end, to put a nail in it. I think it's going to be good, but hopefully they won't slip up. Everything I've seen so far and heard so far, I think it's going to be maybe people are gonna, I know, maybe get on it because it sounds like Battlefield, but you know what? More realism in that aspect, I think, is gonna make the game better. But that's my 2 cents in ending on it.
You know, like how I got on Call of Duty, you know what I mean, for feeling like Titanfall. No matter what you do, you know what I mean, like any game is going to feel like another game. Because I remember like when Halo 4 came out, everyone was like, "Oh, this is just Call of Duty. This feels like Call of Duty." Now they change the controls and like they're doing things the way they're doing it. It just feels like playing Call of Duty. So it all depends. I mean, like no matter what you do, any game you're going to compare it to another game, and it's going to feel like something else. It's all about like what you do with it.
Right. All right. Cool.
Okay, so moving on to our next topic. I want to talk about something that is kind of important. I mean, it's not necessarily important, but like it makes you kind of wonder a little bit. And the reason I say this is because like there's 2 points to this. Okay, so the topic for today is remaster editions of old video games that are coming out.
Right.
Now, I look at it like this. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? And this is even before we start getting into like, games, at all. How do you feel about it? Because like me personally, like I don't see it as a bad thing necessarily. Right. Mm-hmm. But the problem I do have with it is if I feel like I'm just paying $60 for a game that I've already beaten.
Right.
Or, something that you really didn't do anything with, I feel like I just wasted my money. Granted, if it's one of my favorite games, I'll still go ahead and buy it and play it.
You just said my exact reasoning, but go ahead. I'm going to tell you. I'll elaborate when you're done.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's like, do I feel like this game's going to be worth it? Even if I did do it. I mean, so how do you feel about it?
It kind of what you said kind of hit the nail in the coffin. It's almost like one of those things. For me, like with Fallout, or I know this is I'm trying to make an example. For me, Fallout, or for you, oh my God, I can't. Mass Effect. We there might be little issues with it, but the whole it's going to be good. So that's what you might give you a reason to, get the remastered version. Like me, like. I got for zombies. They made a remaster. They gave us in Black Ops 1. They remastered all the original maps and brought them back. Now it's like, all right, wait a minute. I already have these maps on World at War, but I got the DLC anyway, and I loved it because it added new elements of the current game Black Ops into the old maps. So it made it kind of cool. So they try to do that. I think not all games do that. There are some that are literally carbon copies, and it's just little touch up, but the visuals.
Modern Warfare 2 remastered.
Yeah, there you go. Modern Warfare 2 remastered. You mean?
I mean, one.
That game was built from the ground up, though. It looks really good, though, honestly. But, I mean, it's a good game if you actually played a lot of them.
But here's the thing, though. In most definitive editions, remasters and stuff like that, it's the complete game.
Oh, okay? Well, yeah, it literally is no different.
Perfect example, okay? Perfect example. One of the first remaster games that they did, for the Xbox One. The Tomb Raider game, okay? Tomb Raider Definitive Edition came with all the DLCs, extra maps, extra content, and stuff like that, okay? Which was great, because when I played the original Tomb Raider on the 360, I didn't have the DLCs for it. I just played it. I played it real quick, got it from GameFly. Yes, that's a kind of a plug, so I got it from GameFly. I beat it, and I sent it back. I didn't even wait for the DLC to come out. I just sent it back. I was like, I don't even want to play. I don't even want to buy the DLC for this. I mean, maybe eventually if I buy the game later, I want to replay it or something like that. I'll get the DLC and play. No, that's not what happened. I ended up getting the definitive edition later on and went ahead with it and played it. And I liked it because it added DLC, stuff that that you would have had to pay for or stuff like that, or added missions and stuff, which was great because it was all in one package.
I know exactly what you're saying. I kind of see it definitively. I found up a whole bunch of remasters just to point out some of them. Most recently was the Bulletstorm. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of Bulletstorm just because we've already gone over this, how much, the you needed to learn most of the moves, and I think if you did, the game was a little better. Bulletstorm was one. They're going to do Crash Bandicoot is another one they're going to release. You and I were talking about this earlier. Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, and you said that that's 3 separate titles in itself. But this is it doesn't elaborate.
Okay, so with Zodiac Age, I don't have a lot of information on it. I have been reading up on it, but they've been kind of vague about it. What I think they're attempting to do is they're gonna the remaster is gonna be the entire trilogy of 12.
Okay, here real quick. This is what I'm gonna tell you. This is what I think the big draw is. It says the major draw is the implementation of the Zodiac job system, a revamped progression method that was previously available in North America. Now you probably know more about it than I am. I'm not sure what that job system is, but
I don't remember completely.
Okay.
Because no. Actually, I do. Because originally, in one of the older, because even in some of the older Final Fantasy games, your character had the ability to change classes and whatnot, and it gave you an expansion to it. So your character could change from because I know this happened in Tactics and a couple other games too, where your character could be set up as a mage and whatnot, and then you could switch it to a different type of mage or a different fighter stance and stuff like that. I know that one of the things, especially for 12, was Lightning was one of the main characters, and she ran around with a sword. But then at the same time, it was if you changed her class to a different type and whatnot, she became supportive. So she can still deal a decent amount of damage and whatnot, but her powers changed to be more supportive in battle, rather than just straight offensive. And a lot of jobs, those were jobs to them in the game. So it was one of the little small implements that they added, which is fine, because a lot of Final Fantasy games do that. So it's okay, that'd be cool, but this game was a lot different about how you do it, because you had to combine stuff with other characters, and then different items that you would equip would help you unlock these abilities, and then different skills that you would get would allow you to cross-train with other characters to unlock these abilities, especially if you were in a class with these people. So it was really weird.
I know they're also doing a Resident Evil 2 remake. Let's see what else they're doing. Which that's, if you want to deal with the camera angles, by all means, go ahead. I'm not getting it.
A game that I just saw come out the other day was what was it? It was the Darksiders Ultimate Evil Edition. Mm-hmm. Now, pretty much what that is they remastered the first game, Darksiders 1, and it was called the War Mental version. Mm-hmm. And then then it was the Darksiders 2, which involved death, was called the Death Apocalypse edition. Right. And pretty much you're getting both of these games remastered, all the DLCs and stuff, for one price, which is not bad. Okay, $60 for 2 games that you're getting both remastered in one pack, amazing. But at the same time, how often a game's going to do that? You know what I mean? If I get a remastered version or something, a lot of times it's just one game. That it has all the updates, all the patches, and stuff like that. All the DLCs added to it. And you're just giving me that, and I don't have to worry about it unless you guys are just updating, doing hot fixes for maybe a visual update that you guys have already done, but you want to upgrade it even farther, or maybe something didn't happen stability wise, and you guys are doing a stability update. So it really depends, because a lot of these definitive edition games you're not really getting updates for, because you don't need them, because it's complete editions of all the stuff that they went through and fixed and did all that stuff while the original game was out. So it really depends, because right. or you could be to the point where you're just kind of shitting out the same game, and this is me going after Square Enix, with Kingdom Hearts. Okay, how many goddamn remasters can you do for this same 2 fucking games? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's kind of unnecessary, But a couple are fine, but it gets a little over the top. Kind of okay. I'm not surprised with Skyrim. That makes sense. Or Call of Duty Remastered. That's fine. They need to reduce some more. I'm pretty sure this is not the first time we've seen an Assassin's Creed remaster. The Ezio Collection, I think is what it's called.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, those were 1, 2, and 3, I think.
It says here, yeah, it says original versions 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. Yeah.
Okay, 2 Revelations. Okay, so those 3 games.
Sorry. It says despite the I guess weirdness and visuals, which look odd. I guess the improved part is single player DLC for the. I guess you get the DLC for the games, and then I guess you get 2 short films with the developers deeper into Assassin's Creed. I guess that's if you like it, but I like when they should give the remastered should give you DLCs. I really feel they should, and maybe not all the time, but
no, all the time.
No,
like. Well, okay. I'll say this: depending on what the game is.
That's right. That's what I meant.
For the most part, yes, I feel like they should give you the DLC, especially if it's remastered. I do not feel like I should have to pay for the game a second time, and then on top of that, have to pay for DLC that I might have already purchased. Mm-hmm. That's why, like I said, with Tomb Raider. Okay, I was glad because I didn't get a chance to play the DLC the first time around I played the game. And then, them adding that, really kind of helped because of the fact that, okay, yeah, I wasn't really worried about, like, the multiplayer maps that they added because I didn't really play multiplayer. Mm. But at the same time, the extra story maps that they added, I was wonderful about that because of the fact that I wanted to play that. So, I mean, it added new chapters to the game to find out, what happened after the end, after the game ended.
Right.
Okay, you give us a little bit of a preview into like what we not necessarily were going to possibly see as like the next Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, but it was like kind of helping out a little bit with what was going on and like what I could expect. So I mean, like stuff like that, it kind of helps.
Yeah, definitely is. I probably got about and I'm so sorry because I did realize I'm supposed to pick my mother from the airport. It's going to take. Her flight's coming in a tiny bit early, like about a half an hour, but I got 10, 15 minutes here to do on the show. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Which is fine. I mean, my next question.
Yeah.
It's still delve into this. Are there any remastered games that you're currently playing or that you are currently waiting to be released that have been announced?
What am I playing? Well, I'm playing Black Ops 2 a lot, and that's for zombies. Typically because I love those maps a lot, and I missed them. I haven't played them in so long. And I realized me and Ono Sauce played it so much, and we got a whole bunch of achievements, and I realized there's a lot of achievements I did not get. And I didn't think about it, and I was like, I thought I had really cut through that game, and there's a bunch more that, some of them are ridiculous. Some of them we aren't going to get because you need 4 people, and do the Easter eggs, that's the only. Thankfully, you don't have to have 4 people anymore. But it's just. Let's see what else. What else remaster am I wanting to come out? I haven't really seen a whole lot coming out. Let's see what else am I playing. I was playing Modern Warfare Remastered a little bit, but the campaign was good. That was the only reason I was playing it. Multiplayer. I believe it or not, I do want to get Skyrim. I do want to get that eventually, just because I just played it I never played a game probably as much as I have played besides Zombies. Skyrim. I had 1,500 plus hours in that game, so it's kind of do I really want to start that over again? It's but let's see what else. I'm on the fence about this. Batman: Return to Arkham. That's supposed to come out. What is that? October 18th? Or that already came out, didn't it? I think. Or I'm thinking of. Or no. It's supposed to be.
No.
Yeah.
Did it? I think it did come out.
Okay. I'm thinking of something. I was thinking of something else. It's supposed to be you get the first 2 games in the series, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
Collection.
Yeah, it's Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. Then the upgrades are mainly visual. Then you get your improved lighting, textures, obviously, and then you get the DLCs included. That's another game that it gives it to you. I would get that probably. I played Arkham Asylum. I didn't beat it. Arkham City, I didn't really get. I stopped playing it when I had to go find Mr. Freeze or whatever the hell his name was. That shit pissed me off. I was like, dude, it was so annoying trying to find him. Use your thermometer or whatever the hell it was. And it was like, God, I hated that. But as far as that, honestly, and I started playing, believe it or not, the BioShock collection not too long ago, and I need to go into that. But that's a whole another, geez.
Let's see. What am I playing, remastered wise? I got back into play the first Tomb Raider game. I've been playing the remastered edition of that. Just kind of messing around with it, trying to get achievements. Just trying to get achievements. what else? Like anything I'm looking forward to. Like to be honest, I don't have Bulletstorm full flip yet. I definitely want it.
What a shame.
And and it's funny. I know how you feel about that game.
I'd play it maybe if it was free.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you play it, but at the same time, it's not one of those games that you gotta rush out and get.
Better with people.
Yeah, because like I said, I do like the fact that, you know, they added the whole Duke Nukem thing to it, so that, I mean, he's a playable character,
right?
And then at the same time, they have like a little side story, you know, dealing with him,
right?
So that's kind of cool too.
Okay.
Plus, you got all the DLCs that came out for the original Bulletstorm game, so like, I'm really excited about that. Believe it or not, I kind of want to play Skyrim Remastered. Like, even though, and anyone who knows me knows that I hate every game in the Elder Scrolls series.
Yeah,
when I actually sat down and put a little bit of time in the Skyrim, it wasn't so bad. It was just really annoying and very extremely tedious.
A lot to do in that game.
There's so much to do in that game. And I remember, like, me and a friend, like, we sat down and we popped 2 TVs and 2 Xbox 360s right beside each other, and we played the game. And we started the game at the exact same time, and like 20 minutes in, we were already doing different things.
That's how fast travel should be in that. That's the kind of game. It's true fast travel. You got to get there fucking first. Watch Dogs 2. Crap. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Something I would like to see remastered, in all honesty, and this is going to come as no surprise to you. Saints Row. I would love to see the first 2 games, and I'm stopping at the first 2 games. I would love to see the first 2 games remastered. That's nothing against Saints Row 3. You know what I mean? Like, they already remastered, you know, Saints Row 4. You know what I mean? Which was kind of weird because I feel like, you know, for the Xbox and stuff like that, for the Xbox One.
Coming soon on Generation Gaming, GTA versus Saints Row Generation Rival. Anyway, go ahead. Just plug that.
Oh yes. Definitely look out for that, because that is going to be a riot. Obviously, you know, I'm going to be supporting Saints Row all the way in that, you know, battle, and I'm going to kick GTA's ass. Just saying.
Yeah, it's true. You're right. Okay. Because we all remember Saints Row 1.
San Andreas. Anyway. There, I said it. I want to see a remaster of San Andreas.
Yes, definitely.
And then give us multiplayer. You know,
of course, like, they give you the backwards compatible for what is it? 4, which is not remastered. I know, but we get, you know, I want a San Andreas I can play. I don't know if that is backwards compatible. I don't know. It was on 360. You could play it. Okay. It's not. You could play it on 360. I remember that.
Okay, so in the spirit of gaming and, you know, the conversation that we're having, if you could have any game made backwards compatible for the, you know, from the 360, what would you want? Give me 2 games that you would want backwards compatible.
It's hard.
That are not currently.
It's a hard one to think up pretty quick. Oh, wow. Man, okay, let me think of this real fast. 2 games I could think. Oh, okay, I easily know this one. WWE SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. Geez, they need to make more of those, honestly, remastered. Wow. I'm thinking of wrestling games, honestly. What else? Try to think what else. Wow, I know, I'm not trying to have dead air here, but I'm trying to, like, think. It's hard to think of that all the time. Remaster, they haven't brought back. They're starting to get better titles. I want, Vice City. Just Vice City. Just please give me Vice City remastered. I would love that.
Fair enough. Shit. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, never mind. So I want to see them do backwards compatibility for and you're actually gonna like this. Well, I mean, not the first game, you're not, because you never really played it. Phantasy Star Online.
Yeah, I never did play it. No, that's big. No, you and Ono Sauce are big on that.
Not that, yes. But like, I want them to do something along the lines of like a really big, you know, like not necessarily MOBA or anything like that, but like I'm thinking like something that had like a good PvP to it.
Right.
Something like, I know a lot of people were really on the fence about this game, but like Shadowrun.
It wasn't bad. It was alright.
Well, I don't remember if Shadowrun is backwards compatible. It might be. But, like, I know that they were supposed to make a second one, and I think it was PC exclusive.
Yeah.
If...
We got about 5 minutes, by the way. Sorry, just letting you know. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry about that.
We're about to wrap this up anyways.
I apologize. Unexpected.
Let's see, PSO and maybe, and I know Haku, if he listens to this, or when he listens to this, I know he's going to say something about this. He's been begging for this, and I kind of see it myself. I want Defiance backwards compatible.
Huh. Interesting, right? That's actually, like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of another game. Remind me what Defiance is one more time. I'm having a brain.
Defiance was that game that was based off of they had that show, you know what I mean, along with it on Sci-Fi. It was pretty much like
is that the one I took forever to download? Yeah, that shit was annoying trying to. Yeah, I remember playing that for 10 minutes and it pissed me off because the download was forever. Sorry, that was ridiculous.
Yes. It was like an MMO, but it was crazy.
Right.
It was a lot of customization to it, and it was a lot of weapons. It was a lot of like open world stuff, a lot of content, and it was like a really, really good game. You know, like a lot of people were on the fence about it.
Right.
Jackass. There were a lot of people on the fence about it, but I mean, it was a pretty solid game.
Before we go, I just want to say this: if any of you listen to this, there's a lot of content here at Generation Gaming coming out very soon, including this episode. This is a good episode. Check, obviously, you're listening to us. Thank you so much. But this is Mind of Psycho show, and I just wanted to plug those in there. And then new video content, and I know you and I are gonna do I think a video version of Generation Rivals, most likely of, like we said, Saints Row versus GTA. Which the only thing I think you're ragging on that is GTA 4. That's the only thing I can think of. But everything else is wonderful. But anyway,
I know a lot can be said about Saints Row. So
yeah, there is a lot, but
it's definitely gonna make fun of it.
You could do both, but I appreciate you coming. Let me come on your show, man. This is a good episode. I
appreciate it too. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, this has been an episode of Mind of Psycho. I definitely want to thank my co-host for the Generation Podcast, Jay Lewis, for making an appearance and coming to help out with the show today. Let's see, last thoughts. Pretty much keep gaming. I mean, like,
definitely.
To a lot of people, like some people it's a way to pass the time. Some people it's a good stress reliever. For me, it keeps me calm and centered.
Definitely.
It's something that, like, whenever I'm in a bad mood or something like that, like, it helps to center me and calm me down. So, if it's your vice, use it. Do whatever you got to do as long as you game.
Cool. Thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
This has been an episode of Mind Psycho. Not at all. Thank you for coming on the show.
Oh man, yeah, no problem. It's really good.
All right, we're out of here.
All right.
Viva Lucian. Keep gaming.
Generation Gaming.
Shut up and sit down.
You've been listening to Mind of Psycho on the Generation Gaming Podcast Network.